Hello, future doctors. Welcome to Synapse. Today, we are embarking on an exciting journey into the microscopic world of life. Our topic for Class 11 Biology, under the chapter Biological Classification, is Kingdom Protista. We'll start with the basics, then dive deeper, exploring their fascinating diversity, ecological roles, and evolutionary significance. Get ready for a 4-level adventure. Easy, medium, hard, and hardest. Ready to peek into the lives of some of the simplest, yet most diverse, eukaryotic organisms? Let's begin our easy exploration of Kingdom Protista. Kingdom Protista is a foundational group in biology. Imagine tiny, single-celled organisms, but unlike bacteria, they're eukaryotes, meaning their cells have a proper nucleus and internal structures, just like your own cells. These mini marvels are mostly found in water, from vast oceans to puddles. They act as vital links in nature, sometimes like plants making their own food, sometimes like animals eating others, and sometimes like decomposers breaking things down. They are truly the versatile pioneers of the eukaryotic world. What makes protists so special? They come in all shapes and sizes, even though they're unicellular. Some glide with false feet called pseudopodia, like amoeba. Others zip around with whip-like flagella, or flutter with tiny hair-like cilia, like paramecium. And guess what? Some can even do both, like Euglena, which can photosynthesize in sunlight and eat other organisms when it's dark. Reproduction is mostly simple division, but some can even have a form of sexual reproduction. These diverse strategies allow them to thrive in various environments. Time to quickly check your understanding of the basics. Here are 3 practice questions to reinforce what we've just learned. Take a moment to think about the answers before moving on. Good luck! Now that we've covered the basics, let's step up our game and explore the Kingdom Protista with a bit more detail. Ready for the medium level? Protists are more than just simple unicellular organisms, they are evolutionary pioneers. Being the first eukaryotes, they bridge the gap between simple prokaryotes and the complex multicellular kingdoms of plants, animals, and fungi. Their cells are truly advanced, with distinct nuclei and specialized organelles, allowing for complex cellular functions. This early evolutionary position makes them incredibly important for understanding how life diversified on Earth. One of the most remarkable features of protists is their incredible variety in how they get food. Some are like tiny plants, making their own food using sunlight. We call them photoautotrophs. Others are like microscopic animals, hunting and engulfing smaller particles. These are holozoic heterotrophs. Then there are those that absorb nutrients from decaying matter, the saprophytes. And the truly versatile ones, the mixotrophs, can switch between photosynthesis and eating, depending on what's available. This nutritional flexibility allows them to colonize diverse ecological niches. Given their vast diversity, Protista is often divided into several major groups. We have the photosynthetic protists like chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, and euglenoids, which are vital primary producers. Then there are the saprophytic slime molds, acting as nature's recyclers. And finally, the animal-like protozoans, which include amoeboid, flagellated, ciliate, and sporozoan forms, each with unique ways of moving and feeding. While asexual reproduction is common, some protists also engage in more complex sexual processes, ensuring genetic variation. They truly play crucial roles, from being the base of aquatic food webs to being decomposers, and sometimes, even parasites. Alright, you've absorbed more details about protists. It's time to test your knowledge with 5 medium-level practice questions. Read each question carefully and choose the best answer. This will help solidify your understanding before we move to the next level. Excellent work! Now, let's challenge ourselves further and dive into the hard level of Kingdom Protista. Prepare for more specific details and deeper insights. At the hard level, we dissect the unique traits of each protist group. Take chrysophytes, for instance. Diatoms, the chief producers in oceans, have intricate silica cell walls that fit like a soapbox, making them virtually indestructible. Their fossilized remains form diatomaceous earth, a valuable industrial material. Dinoflagellates, with their two flagella, are famous for causing red tides and releasing toxins that can harm marine life, showcasing their ecological impact. Euglenoids, found in freshwater, have a flexible pellicle instead of a rigid cell wall and can switch between plant-like and animal-like nutrition, demonstrating remarkable adaptability. Continuing our exploration, slime molds are fascinating saprophytes that, under favorable conditions, form a large, spreading, multinucleate mass called a plasmodium. When conditions turn harsh, they produce resistant spores, ensuring survival. Finally, the protozoans, considered primitive animals, are incredibly diverse. Amoeboid protozoans move with pseudopodia, like the familiar amoeba. Flagellated forms, like Trypanosoma, use flagella and can be parasitic. Ciliate protozoans, such as Paramecium, are covered in cilia for active movement. And sporozoans, like Plasmodium, are exclusively parasitic, with complex life cycles involving infectious spore-like stages. Each group showcases distinct adaptations for survival and reproduction. The ecological roles of these diverse protists are immense. Diatoms are the primary producers in aquatic environments, forming the base of the food chain and contributing massively to global oxygen production. Dinoflagellates, while sometimes harmful with red tides, also contribute to primary productivity and even bioluminescence. Slime molds are vital decomposers, recycling nutrients in forest ecosystems. Protozoans, on the other hand, include both free-living predators that control bacterial populations and notorious parasites that cause debilitating diseases like malaria and sleeping sickness. Understanding these intricate roles is key to appreciating the balance of natural ecosystems and the impact on human health. You've tackled some complex details about Protista. Now, let's put your understanding to the test with these 7 hard-level practice questions. These questions require a good grasp of specific characteristics and ecological roles. Take your time, analyze each option, and choose wisely. Congratulations on making it this far. Now, for the ultimate challenge, the hardest level. Here, we'll connect Protista to broader biological concepts, competitive insights, and even touch upon engineering-like mechanisms. Let's push your limits. Protists are not just a collection of single cells, they represent pivotal moments in evolution. They are considered the ancestors of all multicellular eukaryotes, plants, animals, and fungi. The endosymbiotic theory, which explains how mitochondria and chloroplasts originated from free-living bacteria engulfed by ancient eukaryotic cells, is vividly illustrated by photosynthetic protists. This theory is a cornerstone of evolutionary biology, explaining the very foundation of eukaryotic complexity. Furthermore, the kingdom Protista itself is now understood to be polyphyletic, meaning its members do not all share a single common ancestor to the exclusion of other kingdoms, highlighting the dynamic and evolving nature of biological classification based on genetic evidence. Beyond their classification, many protists exhibit sophisticated cellular engineering. Consider their diverse reproductive strategies, from simple binary fission to complex sexual cycles like conjugation in Paramecium, which involves precise nuclear exchange for genetic recombination. Pathogenic protists, like Plasmodium, display incredibly intricate life cycles involving multiple hosts and morphological stages, a testament to their evolutionary success in exploiting biological systems. The contractile vacuole in freshwater protists acts like a miniature pump, precisely regulating water balance to prevent cell lysis, a critical osmoregulatory mechanism. These internal machines allow them to thrive in incredibly varied and often challenging environments. The ecological and economic ramifications of protists are profound. Photosynthetic protists, particularly diatoms and dinoflagellates, form the base of marine food webs, producing a staggering portion of global oxygen and fixing vast amounts of carbon. Their decline has cascading effects on entire ecosystems. Diatomaceous earth has engineering applications in filtration and insulation, showcasing their industrial utility. On the flip side, parasitic protists wreak havoc on human health. Plasmodium causes malaria, a disease that affects millions globally. Trypanosoma causes sleeping sickness, and Leishmania causes Kala-Azar, both transmitted by insect vectors. Understanding their life cycles and vulnerabilities is crucial for developing therapeutic and preventive strategies, a critical intersection of biology and public health. The ongoing reclassification of protists, driven by molecular phylogenetics, reveals that many traditional groups are more closely related to plants, animals, or fungi than to other protists. This has led to the proposal of new eukaryotic supergroups, fundamentally altering our understanding of eukaryotic evolution. This constant revision underscores that biological classification is not static, but a dynamic field driven by new discoveries. Furthermore, protists serve as invaluable model organisms in biological research. For instance, Dictyostelium discordium, a cellular slime mold, is used to study cell signaling and multicellular development, providing insights into processes relevant to cancer and developmental biology. Their legacy extends from shaping Earth's ancient atmosphere to providing fundamental insights into modern biology. Now, let's tackle the first set of 5 challenging questions. These questions demand a comprehensive understanding of protist biology, including their evolutionary context, complex mechanisms, and specific examples. Read each question carefully and apply your in-depth knowledge. Here are the remaining 5 questions for the hardest level. These questions will further test your analytical skills and your ability to connect different concepts within the vast topic of Kingdom Protista. Think critically and choose the most accurate answer for each. You're almost there. And that brings us to the end of our deep dive into Kingdom Protista. I hope you found this journey insightful and enriching. Remember, consistent learning is key to success in any ET. For more such engaging and comprehensive educational content, visit synapse.omaps.in. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for regular updates. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep aiming for your dreams. See you in the next session.